Our Baltic trip had started in Copenhagen, and then Stockholm, Helsinki, and now St. Petersburg. Welcome to St. Petersburg. It's still dark out, and here we are going on tour.
Why do we start so early in the morning with Peterhof? Because it's one of the most visited places. We're crossing the Neva River. So, the period of the siege of Leningrad, we locals, not only locals, but the Russians consider the most tragic period in the history of the city.
During Soviet times, St. Petersburg was known as Leningrad. In World War II, the Germans besieged the city. The citizens refused to surrender, and the city never fell. The siege lasted 900 days and cost a staggering 800,000 civilian lives, mostly from starvation. Many say the most destructive siege of modern history.
So Leningrad survived 900-day siege. The city was under continuous bombardment and artillery fire. Every third building was badly damaged. Of course, everything has been restored since that time. So, and we're going to visit the palace, which is straight ahead of us. It's called Grand Palace.
Walking on the grounds of the Peterhof Palace. Wow, she's big. On a scale like Versailles.
Everything French. He invited French sculptors, Italian architects, German engineers, and he gave an order to lay out this park, to build this palace, and to do everything not worse than the best European samples. I'm very often asked about English as a subject, for example, at school, at the universities. So it has been always a part of the compulsory education, even during the Soviet time. And everybody was taught, not exactly English, but any foreign language. Yes, even in some schools, 2 different languages were taught. Everybody was taught. Everybody studied, but nobody, in fact, spoke and speaks. Nobody. Why was that? So Russians were taught foreign languages very similar, like to, let's say, antique Greek or Latin. Useless. The borders were closed. Yes. Nobody came here. Yes, just a few foreigners. And practically every foreigner was at least suspected to be an American spy. Yes.
Peterhof means Peter's Court, and it was Peter the Great that established it as a summer palace. He meant it to be like Versailles, or even grander, to show his enormous wealth and power. The interior is lavish, gilded in what seems like tons of gold. Gold just everywhere, far too grand to actually live in. Room after room. But they were all designed to impress visitors of the court that this was a country of wealth and sophistication to match any in Europe. And I think he succeeded. Everything of gold. This palace was really gold. If I don't kill myself coming down these steps. Well, behind me is the Peterhof Palace. We've been inside. Gold everywhere. Hello, ma'am. Just a typical tourist here. What were your impressions of the Peterhof
God, it's
Palace?
gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
What do you mean? All that gold is gorgeous?
Oh, gaudy gorgeous.
I don't know how large the grounds are of the Peterhof Palace, but they're quite extensive and very beautiful. And of course, they've spent $200 million restoring the palace, which was completely destroyed during World War II. And they've done a marvelous job, except for one thing. They could use an extra bathroom. I believe this was a church that's been restored on the grounds of the Peterhof Palace. This is maybe where the family came to pray. So you see that the Peterhof Palace that was once in the countryside is now a bus stop in modern St. Petersburg.
Расцветали яблони, груши, поплыли туманы над рекой. Выходила на берег Катюша, на высокий берег, на крутой.
The purpose of coming to this palace was to see where Rasputin was foully murdered by the courtiers, jealous of his power, and perhaps thinking that he was having an affair with Alexandria. Going down into the basement as Rasputin did too.